scoring. I understand that.
I believe that the following sentences would be in the best interest of justice and are reasonable and proportionate to the seriousness of the matter and the circumstances surrounding each defendant. With regard to Jennifer Crumbley, it is the sentence of this court, Ms. Crumbley, that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. You will have credit for 858 days. State costs are $272. There's a crime victims' rights fee of $130. You and your agents may not have any contact with the families of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. I will issue another ruling with regard to contact with your son, the shooter. Excuse me. As to defendant James Crumbley, it is the sentence of this court that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections, that you receive credit for 858 days, that you pay state costs in the matter of $272, that there is a crime victims' rights fee of $130, that you or your agents have no contact with the families of Madison Baldwin, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling. These are his. Thank you.
You say you wouldn't do anything different. Well, that really says on what type of parents you are, because there's a lot of things I would do different. But the one thing I would have wanted to be different was to take that bullet that day so she could continue to live the life she deserved. You show no remorse, no respect or compassion for our family. The same traits that you've bestowed upon your son. The traits that have torn my family into pieces. The lack of compassion that you have shown is outright disgusting. Not only did your son kill my daughter, but you both did as well.
All right, and then with regard to victim impact statements.
The ripple effects of both James and Jennifer's failures to act have devastated us all. This tragedy was completely preventable. If only they had done something, Your Honor, anything, to shift the course of events on November 30th, then our four angels would be here today, and Justin would be getting ready to celebrate his 20th birthday on the 18th of this month.
The prosecution has tried to mold us into the type of parents society wants to believe are so horrible only a school or mass shooter could be bred from. This is a very fatal assumption to have. We were good parents. We were the average family. We weren't perfect, but we loved our son and each other tremendously. Everything we strive for was to make sure our son had the best life we could give him, to grow up with traditions and experiences we had, to be the best person he could be. I know we did our best. The love I have for our son, mixed with regret for not seeing what was ahead, weighs heavily on me.
I read everything you submit.
I do, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
But please know that I am truly very sorry. I am sorry for your loss as a result of what my son did. I cannot express how much I wish that I had known what was going on with him or what was going to happen. Because I absolutely would have done a lot of things differently.
Amy Happ on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Deborah H. McKelvey.
And 506 FC
Count 1, terrorism causing death. Sentence of the court is that defendant shall serve life without the possibility of parole, credit for 8 days served. Counts 2 through 5. Homicide, first degree, premeditated murder, juvenile defendant. Sentence of the court is that defendant shall serve the rest of his life without the possibility of parole with the Michigan Department of Corrections, credit for 8 days served.
Our mic, Christie, is right up here with everyone else's, so you can hear them. Okay, we'll be able to hear them.
The remorse that they were showing has nothing to do with taking accountability for their actions. I'm sure they were sad people lost their lives. I'm sure they're sad their son is in jail. I'm sure they're sad that they're in jail. That's not what's important. It was important for them to recognize that they made mistakes.
He was trying to align himself with parents that want the truth. Did it seem like there was a little bit of...
Ultimately, the responsibility was in their hands. They are the parents. They are the ones that control their son, and they have the power to do what needs to be done, and they didn't do that.
What they said was another way for them to play victims, and what we said was how we felt. We wanted to show them what we felt for that time being, and that we're going to continue to feel.
Yes, it's an emotional, terrible tragedy, but the sentence and the convictions were based on facts and evidence.
Listening to the Crumbley statements, I found to be disappointing. I thought they were additional examples of lack of remorse.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Shirley Matthews presiding.
Good evening. You may be seated.
Your Honor, calling People v. James Crumbley, case number 22279-989-FH.
Mr. Crumbley, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, thank you.
Are you ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.